Good morning, everyone. It's Jan Grobler. I'm a life transformation coach, and the subject I want to talk on today is something that's very sensitive. People tend to think that this is a no-no to discuss, but I have a different belief. Brene Brown, who's one of my favorite people to watch, and on her the Strength of Vulnerability video that she made, and she posted on Facebook, and you can go and look at it. She makes a statement where she says that blame is a way to discharge pain and guilt. And so today I want to talk about blame because I see so much of it in people's lives. The people that I coach often has a blockage. I myself had that blockage for so many years where I have shifted blame on anyone else but on me. And life happened, and we have, we have this entitlement to say, or the right, I think, to say that I didn't deserve that. And you're right, we didn't deserve much of what we got when life happened in the way that it did. But shifting blame is not the solution. Blaming is a paradigm that holds us back into our old selves, and we can't move on to the new self. So blame shifts the focus away from me, and it shifts the focus to the other person, and it almost justifies the reason for me to stay in the old self, to stay and to hold on to my pain, and to stay and to hold on to what I'm used to and what I'm comfortable. And who am I without my story? I'm always asking people that, because for so many years I've been a story, and I couldn't live without the story. I had no identity without the story, and blame kind of keeps us in that old identity. Blame has another way of lying to us, and it tells us that, you know what, while you can blame your circumstances on somebody else, you are not so lost. And when you're not lost, there's no way for you, or no reason for you to reach out and say, I'm lost, I need help, I'm ready to grow, I'm ready to move to something new, I'm ready to get out of this lost state. So as long as we blame, we keep thinking that we are not lost, and when you drive around in circles in your life and pretend that everything is okay, and you will find your destiny, but you're really not finding your destiny, and you're not willing to admit that you are lost, it just delays the inevitable, because at some point in time you need to put in some new direction into your GPS. You need to take that GPS and punch in the right address to get to that destination. And you were thinking maybe that you were going somewhere, and you were thinking that you knew the way, but really you didn't. And as long as you keep blaming, blame keeps us away from that mission that I need help. And we think that vulnerability is not a strength. We think it's a weakness. And it really, like Brene says, it's a strength. Because the moment you say, guys, I'm lost, I need help, the whole universe moves into action. The whole universe says, let me help you. Let me show you the way. Let me show you how beautiful the destination is. Your coordination is just wrong on the GPS. This is the right address. And we get that help immediately. I can promise you, there's nothing that keeps the universe from moving the moment one of us says, here I am, I need help. And blame keeps us away from that. Blame keeps us saying, but it's not my fault. Blame says, yeah, but you know what? If you acted differently, I would have acted differently. Blame says that it is okay to stay in this comfort zone. It's okay to stay in the old me, and nurture the old me. And that's not freeing to us as human beings. And if you search for something and you hold on to blame, you hold on to the old story, you hold on to your old pain, and as long as you can't release the old pain, there's no way that you can move on and discover the new that God has for you. Um, blame blocks the destiny, and blame blocks the growth. Blame keeps us from saying, I'm not forgiving this person or persons or whatever happened to me. I'm not forgiving. And the way we were taught forgiveness really was to release the person. And we're not releasing the person. And on that I'll make a different video. But we inevitably releasing ourselves from the jail that we locked us in because of somebody else that may have treated us wrong. And I'm not saying that that person was right to do that to you. I'm saying that is it worth, I'm asking, is it worth you sitting in a jail, blocking yourselves from your destination because of another person that did something to you? It doesn't mean that you approve of what that person does or did. It does not mean that you're now saying, okay, I do it to me again. Certainly not. It's just saying or asking ourselves the question, as long as I can't let go, what is it keeping me away from? God is a God of love and of law, and the universe is a place of love and law. Whoever you pray to, it's love and law. And the reality for us is, and we need to understand that as long as we stay in that place of unforgiveness, that is what we attract. We are magnets. And as long as we attract the negativity, the positivity can't come. The old paradigm stays, the new person can't be born, the new things can't happen because we hold on to the old. We blame. We blame, and as long as we blame, we keep in the old way. And blame is often a belief, or it is a belief. Blame is just a thought process that says, I was right and that person was wrong, and as long as I can blame, I feel better about myself. But does it really release us? Does it really honor you? Does it really serve you in your life? I don't think so. It never served me from holding on to my old pain and the old blames. It was only the moment that I was ready to say, okay, I see that there's this invisible barrier between me and a good future, between me and what I really want in life. And I'm just going to push through this now. Doesn't matter what it means, what it takes. I will not stay in the old paradigm. I will not hold on to this place that served me in a negative way for 40 years plus. I'm just going to try a new way. I'm just going to say, what if I forgive you? What if I stop blaming the world for where I am? What if I change my mindset and my belief system and I become a new person? In Proverbs, King Solomon wrote that where the mind goes, the man follows. So basically the strength of your mind and your belief system becomes your reality. So as long as you have blame in your mind and you can shift the focus onto somebody else, it keeps you in the comfort zone, and it keeps you in that old belief system, and it keeps you in the old life. Sometimes, most of the time, all the time, the bad things that happens to us to grow us. But when we are in the old frame of mind where we can shift the blame and play the victim, we can never see the growth. We can never experience the new that is there for us. And it's only when we are willing to make the decision to say, I decide to go forward despite. I decide to let go despite. Even if I don't have a story, it will not diminish me as a person. It'll just make me greater and more beautiful. It's only then when we let go of the blame and we can really go and say to ourselves, we are worth the freedom, we are worth the love, we are worth the self-love and self-worth. And from that old blame thing that I held on to, I've learned a lesson, and that lesson was X, Y, and Z, and I'm taking it into my new journey, and I'm gonna work it for me and not to me any longer. Then the release comes, and once the blame is evaporating, then the new can move in, and then the beauty starts happening. And I see it all the time. I have so many clients that holds on to the old story, that holds on to the old thought patterns, that holds on to it wasn't right what they did to me. And you're right, it wasn't right. But it happened, and it will not take it away if you keep on blaming. All it does, it keeps you away from your destiny. And your destiny, like mine, is beautiful. It is so much more than we can think and comprehend in our minds. But because we hold on to the old things, we can never go into the new. So I encourage you today to let go and to ask for help. Blame is not your portion. Unforgiveness is not your portion. It's a freeing, peaceful, joyful place to move away from blame, to say, okay, blame, I'm letting you go because I know there's something bigger and better and greater for me. And as long as I hold on to you, I cannot have that because it blocks, it attracts the wrong to me. People blame me because I'm willing to blame. I attract that. I'm the magnet and I attract the wrong into my life. Let me just shift my way of thinking. Let me just move away from that place where I have the right to blame, and let me just start loving and forgiving, because I am a magnet, and when I love and forgive, that is what I will attract. I bless you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye.